Almost 2 years ago, Black American intellectual Greg Marcel Dixon was having a debate with Myron, and he made some really interesting points about the criticisms he had for whites on the right and how they see Black America. He put it better than almost anybody that I've ever heard talk about the issue as to why.
Freak Master Chip. Freaky ass nigga now. Appreciate the sub, my brother.
So many blacks don't vote Republican.
And let me tell you why sometimes it seems, but I'm telling y'all,
hold on. He said what?
The issue as to why so many blacks don't vote Republican.
And let me tell you why sometimes it seems, but I'm telling y'all, it's a myth that Black Americans, by and large, are somehow represented well or adherents of the left. It's because spaces on the right, Malcolm X said that the white liberal have mastered the art of pretending to be the Negro's friend. So we don't get the blatant anti-blackness on the left. Oh, it's there. Look at our communities and look at who we've been voting for the past 60 years. That's the anti-blackness.
Now, this is interesting. He does point out the problems with the left and how the left is also anti-black, but the framing of it is at least being nice to blacks.
Bro, it's the same bird, bro. Left wing, right wing of the same motherfucking bird, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Pretending to be nice to blacks, pretending to stand up for their causes, right? But watch how he frames what happens on the right.
But on the right, we get the baby mama, baby daddy stereotypes. We get the y'all have failed to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. We get the reparations. We get all that nastiness coming from the right. So when you have black people who are politically engaged, they're going to go to the side that just seems to be the less hostile, even though that side is actually even more hostile because they're supposed to be representing you with policies, but instead they just give you a symbolic representation, a few symbolic victories.
He discusses all of the nasty language and talking points that so many blacks receive from Republicans or people on the right, and this has historically been framed as get off welfare, lift yourself up from your bootstraps. These other people from other communities are beating you, and so on and so forth. And this historically is what's caused, pretty much a problem between blacks and Republicans or blacks on the right for a long time, okay? But then he admits something that was really key.
Conservative. The problem is, and I've been to MAGA rallies, I've been to American Patriot rallies, and one thing I appreciate about those spaces are two things. One, they are willing to have intellectual discourse. When I mention reparations, they don't throw tomatoes on, walk out. They sit there and we have those conversations. Two, they acknowledge that the white right, white conservatives and the non-black conservatives, but even black conservatives, and they have allowed bigots to feel too comfortable saying that they represent the white right or that they represent conservatism. There has been a unfortunate conflation of being conservative and being on the right with bigotry.
Now, he said he, for the most part, appreciated his interaction with MAGA, and he has admitted that there are Republicans or people involved in MAGA that are practicing bigotry. Now, what happens with bigots is typically they have an unreasonable attachment to a belief or an opinion in order to justify that against a particular group or person on their basis of a membership of a particular group. So for the most part, I'm white, let's say for example, and all black people can't read, or all black people can't write, or all black people are violent, all black people are on welfare, and those people need to be separate from us. That is really what a bigot is, okay? Because it's obstinate or it's unreasonable to believe that about everybody, and that is your particular situation. And when you see your greatest bigots on the right, they're typically on the alt-right or extreme right. And these people conflate or combine some of their ideologies with MAGA, all right? And so what happens if you're a black person, you can believe that all MAGA people are cool with bigots. Some examples of those as far as on the white right, are people like Jake Shields, the former fighter, people who are black like the Hodge twins, to some extent Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, but in more particular, Fresh and Fit. Now, these particular people do not help the right market themselves to the black community. Now, it's true that you might have some white people in MAGA who don't want to be associated with blacks or who don't want to live by blacks. We get it. Everybody can be biased, but they won't come out and actually say that because it hurts their cause. If you're actually a Republican and you want to get the black vote into the right, you're not going to be able to use that language. This is what Democrats have always done in the black community. They may feel a certain way. They don't tend to use that toxic language towards blacks, at least not in the public. But these other people who are being anti-black, they're actually hurting the cause for blacks to join Republican groups, okay? On the right. That's Marcel Dixon's argument. And that leads us to the whole situation with Alex Jones coming on to Fresh and Fit.
Damn!
Alex Jones, who is a part of InfoWars, is a guy that lost a big lawsuit. He was really popular on YouTube. He got kicked off, and I believe he's now back. And he decided that he would come to Fresh and Fit. He had some Hennessy. He was getting drunk. And again, he's another guy that's on the right, more or less extreme. I won't say as extreme maybe as Nick Fuentes has been, but you know, when it comes to conspiracy theories, he's really out there. All right. Now, Alex Jones and other whites like him have a really big responsibility to the right because the way they position themselves could help other groups, especially minorities, join in this particular movement to the right or Republican conversation. But this is what happens once he's on Fresh and Fit.
Alex, you are a Wangaf. I love you. You are the GOAT. Thank you for always giving for him when no one else would.
What's a Wangaf?
Oh, white ass going hard as
Hey. Let's do this. I'm a human going hard as fuck.
There you go.
What do you say?
Damn!
So somebody sends in the super
$200. Donated this 4 times. 200.
chat. Alex Jones has the
Oh, so he donated 4 times and it equaled up to 200 because that's $50.
opportunity to not use the N-word, because if somebody wants to say the N-word, then that's fine. All right, let that person say that. And again, Alex Jones has a moral responsibility as an influencer on some level of the right. He may not be a Republican anymore, but he's on the right.
And this is the reason why Fresh and Fit is not monetized on YouTube right here.
As an influencer on some level of the right, he may not be a Republican anymore, but he's on the right. If the person is saying the N-word, he should know better than to do that, because he can express himself in ways.
Well, shit, you could tell what type of person he is. He played in right with Fresh and Fit. Shit, he lost the lawsuit. He was part of InfoWars or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? This nigga out here losing lawsuits and shit. Come on now. That speaks that I don't even know nothing about this dude. That tell you something though. You know what I'm saying?
That would not show that. But what does he do? But he sets himself up for failure. Again, he has another conspiracy theory about how cancer is ruining the world.
or a psyop.
Cancer was created by the Rockefellers, the modern version. It's 95% of it's viral. It's all on record. They inject it. They got to turn your immune system off, which is what the COVID shot does, which also has 400 plus cancer viruses in it to give you cancer.
Now, what does that have to do with anything?
Probably does.
Well,
shit.
because he wants to tie the cancer thing back to the N-word.
And we got to give all our little white, black, brown, whatever, the cure and take care of them. Because this is the human nation, and getting past these names and coming together.
I agree.
We gotta give all the ERs the cure. What is the cure? And they just think this shit is just oh so hilarious. And wonder why they're crying about missing YouTube checks. Hell, you're getting $50 super chats on Rumble. They doing good. They got 24,000. These niggas fresh and fitted. They up, man. They been up too. I mean, they pulling these numbers because he on the show, but you wonder why they ain't monetized. I mean, you see why they ain't monetized.
The human nation and getting past these names and coming together.
I agree.
And destroying the globalists and getting the cancer cures and getting the free energy and going to space together. It's the humans. It's the humans together, baby.
Imagine getting mad
It's
at
a one
at like a
race.
swear
Yeah. Let's get past using that name for power.
Boy, yo,
I don't
sit your
understand.
stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
So he wants to basically say, look, we're all N-words using, whites, blacks, everybody else. Like, we're kind of just.
He's sitting there calling them ERs to their face, right? And mind you, like I just said, they got 24,000 people on the Rumble. That's not their average views. His whole fan base is sitting there making a mockery, laughing their ass off. Just how they laughing harder than Myron and Fresh. at Myron and Fresh. You know what I'm saying?
In this whole situation together. But the reality is that using that word is not going to make black people feel like that. That's exactly.
So basically he trying to. Okay, I understand. So basically he trying to get black people on his side by saying this. We're all one. We're all like, what? No. And he got the fist up. Stop it.
Using that word is not going to make black people feel like that. That's exactly what he was talking about. This is going to be looked at by some blacks on the left as racist. And now we're seeing Myron, he's laughing about it. And these are the people that hurt the right more than anything because their bigotry and their buffoonery.
Is that right? O'Shea Duke, you're registered PD. Nah, I'm playing. He did defend Corey Holcomb, C. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? O'Shea Duke is a registered Republican. Is that right? You make Republicans like you look bad too, huh? Is that right, O'Shea Duke?
Hurt the right more than anything because their bigotry and their buffoonery is crazy. Remember, it got so bad for a certain minute that you had black conservatives calling out other white bigots.
Nick Fuentes and his followers, he's leading a new Nazi movement. The people that are following him are white supremacists. And it's coming from a black conservative, y'all. But we have to speak out.
And yes, in my honest opinion, Nick Fuentes is a bigot. But I want you guys to watch the play here. Because what does Nick Fuentes actually do?
People are getting in on the drone and AI industry, and white people are like, what if we built a general store? What if we built a general store and what if we built a church brick by brick, a beautiful stone building? What if we became farmers and we had a general store and we had a main street? And Jews are building autonomous drones. Jews are taking over police departments with autonomous law enforcement missile surveillance drones. They're building robots. They're building submarines and drones and cars and ICBMs and nuclear power and desalination. And white people are like, what if we had a town? What if we had a town of only white people?
Woo! Nick Fuentes is also tired of the bigotry himself. He uses an interesting storyline here comparing whites and the Jews. The Jews are developing with AI and all this other stuff. And your racialized bigots are your white conservatives, your white racists. They're concerned about just building a town for white people. In other words,
Eric Arwell.
They are not developing at the speed that they should.
Oh, trust me. It's white people who's racist. You got the Elon Musk in the world. They taking they taking, see, Nick Fuentes can never be on that level. Although he's on a bigger level than most. He's on a bigger level than the people he's talking about. But we're not finna sit here and act like there's not Elon Musk in the world. He ain't even American. Like it ain't Epstein's, like it ain't Bill Gates and Donald Trump's and come on now. They finna do the same shit with AI. he gonna act like they not doing it. Just cause you not doing it, you not on that level don't mean it's not being done. You just ain't on that level, buddy. Cause trust me, they're doing it.
To be competitive with people in the Jewish community or stuff like that. So how are you going to compete when you're basically stuck in your obstinate view towards black people, towards whoever else?
And this goes back to the white man being equal to the black man now, not the black man being equal to the white man. I say this all the time, bro. Because it's retards like Eric Arwall, the dude that's trying to create the whites only town in Arkansas. They don't understand that the game is on everybody, bro. If you're not an elite, you're nobody, bro. You're nobody. That's why his town is failing. You know what I'm saying? That's why his town will never prosper, because he's not on that fucking level, bro. There's levels to this shit, man.
And you or yourself are not developing, okay? So even he doesn't want to deal with it. And again, this is a problem.
And I say this because, yeah, you got the Elon Musk, the billionaires, the Donald Trumps. They don't care. I'm saying this to say they don't only care about black people either. AI is about to wipe all the jobs out, bro. That means you white folks, you white collar, blue collar, whatever the hell collar y'all want to wear and say and do, y'all finna be out of job. You know what I'm saying? The game is on everybody. That's why I say
That the right is going to have to get across.
And it's these dumbass motherfuckers that don't understand that shit. They don't understand that shit.
These guys are not going to be able to sit around, use the N-word, okay? If you really, really, really cared about bringing everybody together, Alex Jones, you would not use that word as a white man. You know it offends blacks. I mean,
but he's sitting there with some black people. So he feel like that's the right play to make. He don't even know that the black community does not even fuck with Fresh and Fit.
so why would you do it? You're not helping anybody join your political party. You're only making it worse. People like Myron Gaines, people like Fresh, they make it worse. They make black people infuriated. You know, this whole idea, come to the right, what have you got to lose? You know, this sort of thing. You got a lot to lose if people are going to be able to just talk to you any kind of way and talk crazy to you just because you're black. All right? You're going to lose a lot. And nobody should join up with any political situation or system. And yes, I'm saying this as a registered Republican.
Yeah, tough job, niggas.
That's not going to at least show you some respect. Don't use racialized slurs.
So is O'Shea Duke trying to get his black audience to come to the right wing? I can't get with the politic buffoonery, bro. It's just a clown circus to me, bro. I don't believe none of it. I don't think your vote matters outside of local mayors. You know what I'm saying? I don't think your vote matters when it comes to no president. They just said didn't Donald Trump, didn't the House of Representatives or whatever the fuck, they just found Donald Trump's tariffs to be illegal and shit like that nigga, like This shit is all a game, bro. Yeah, the nigga's a registered Republican. Yep.
About black people and then tell them, well, what do you have to lose? See, this is what you guys get for voting Democrat. So they should.
I can't subscribe to the politics, bro. It may come across on my channel here and there, but trust me, I don't subscribe to none of that shit, bro.
Vote Republican and then be okay.
Cause like I said, the game is on everybody, bro. This is a matrix. If you ain't elite, you nobody.
About being disrespected doesn't make sense. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Yoshi.
Yeah, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. Need y'all to go follow the Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is, man. TYP the name, TYP Cam, all platforms, man. Spotify, Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? Run it up, run it up, run it up. I'll get at you on the next one. I'm gone. TYP the name.